Good morning, it's Sunday. You know those campfire s'mores that are somehow gooey, sticky, crunchy, and a little bit smoky all at once? That's my inspiration. But I wanted it grown up. Balanced sweetness, actual graham cracker flavor, and a chocolate that tastes like, well, chocolate. This cake is the classy cousin to the messy treat you ate as a kid. It's the type of dessert that looks impressive on the table, but still makes you want to eat it with your fingers. I wanted layers that would slice cleanly, textures that played off each other, and just enough flair that'd make you go back for another bite. Think of this as campfire energy, but bakery level flavor. It's the ultimate excuse to skip the backyard fire pit and stay inside. Let's do this. This cake starts with a graham cracker sponge that actually tastes like grahams. Nutty, toasty, and kissed with honey. A milk dark chocolate ganache that's creamy, but with just enough edge from the darker chocolate to keep it from going flat. The buttercream? It's like a toasted marshmallow straight off the stick. Light, silky, and with that caramelized depth that makes you want to lick the bowl. Finish it with dollops of shiny marshmallow meringue, torched until it smells like a campfire. Every slice is a gooey, crunchy, chocolatey s'mores, only better. All right, first things first, we're building up the cake layers, but not just any cake layers, graham cracker cake that actually tastes like grahams, with brown butter, real graham crumbs, and a drizzle of honey. Basically all the things you love about a s'mores baked right into the sponge. But here's the real secret, the graham cracker crumbs. If you want to go for that classic soft cake texture, you need to grind them basically to a flour, super fine. That way the graham flavor is evenly distributed and you don't end up with those crunchy random bits. Keep them coarser if you like that kind of texture, but the preferred method is super fine. That way the cakes bake up super soft, even, and full of graham cracker flavor. Whisk together all the dry ingredients so the baking powder, soda, and salt are perfectly even. In the bowl of a stand mixer, mix the 2 sugars, oil, and cooled brown butter until it's glossy and smooth. Then whisk in the eggs, one at a time, followed by the honey and the vanilla. Now the dry mix goes in 3 additions, alternating with buttermilk, just until the batter is smooth. Then divide in the pans and bake. Next up, we're making the chocolate ganache. This is where the cake gets really indulgent. We're using a mix of milk and dark chocolate, so it's creamy and sweet, but still has a little edge from the dark chocolate to keep it balanced. We're going for a ganache that is silky, spreadable, and can hold its own between those graham layers. Pour hot cream over a mix of milk and dark chocolate and let it sit just long enough to melt. Then whisk until it's smooth and glossy, finishing with the butter and a pinch of salt. Let it cool to a thick, spreadable consistency, then it's ready to become those rich, chocolatey layers between the cake. Now it's time for what might be my favorite part, the toasted marshmallow buttercream. This is where the cake really leans into its s'mores moment. We're taking a classic Swiss meringue buttercream, which is already silky and light, and folding in our toasted marshmallow paste, which makes it taste like you roasted it yourself. Pro tip, make sure your toasted marshmallow paste is completely cool before adding it in. Warm paste is gonna melt your buttercream and turn it into a soupy mess. So remember, cool paste equals fluffy and perfect frosting you wanna eat off the spatula. Start with the marshmallow paste by spreading the mallows on a baking sheet and broil to your desired toastiness. Add the toasted mallows to a bowl with warm cream and stir until smooth and delicious. Start by gently warming egg whites, sugar, and salt over a simmering water until they hit 160 degrees and the sugar is fully dissolved. Then whip into glossy meringue that holds stiff peaks. Soft butter goes in just a few cubes at a time. And finally, mix in that toasted marshmallow paste. The result is light, fluffy, and tastes like roasted marshmallows, only better. Okay, now it's time for the part that stresses me out. Assembly and decorating. Full disclosure, I am not a cake decorator. My cakes are more like, I think I can do this, let's test it out, see how it comes out. Oh no, my cake is leaning a little bit. I shouldn't have done that with the frosting. They're just not bakery perfect. But honestly, I don't care. What my cakes lack for in picture-perfect piping, they more than make up for in flavor. And this one is so good that no one's going to be looking for my straight edges when they go back for a second slice. My process is pretty simple. A little honey milk soak, some frosting, the ganache, some more frosting. I sprinkle graham cracker crumbs on the layers, and then I repeat. Do a little crumb coat, let it chill, and then we get into the part that really stresses me out, the decorating part. So let's move into the finishing marshmallow touch. Pour your gelatin over the water and let sit until absorbed. Next, whip up a quick meringue. Egg whites, sugar, and a pinch of cream of tartar warmed up on the stove until the sugar's fully dissolved. Then, transfer the mixture to a bowl and whip until you achieve those glossy peaks. Take your bloomed gelatin and heat it until you achieve a melted texture like this. Gelatin goes in slowly to help hold its shape, and then spread it or pipe it like I did over a very chilled cake. The fun part? Torch it until it's golden and smells like a campfire. So this was a really exciting bake because I made it for my sister-in-law's birthday, who told me she has never had anyone bake anything for her. So naturally, I was really excited to give her a cake that was based off of one of her favorite things, s'mores. Unfortunately, due to sick kiddos, I wasn't able to attend and celebrate with her, but she did inform me that it was a huge success with all of her neighbors and not a crumb was left in sight. So that was great to hear. So until my next bake, I'll see you next Sunday.